Good morning again from along the trail. Found another great camping spot. Another nice, beautiful day. I love the patterns in the clouds, and had some nice sun breaks this morning. Although wouldn't be surprised if we get a little rain today. I wanted to talk a little bit about Quanto Basta. As all of you know, as the legions of you out there know, I'm calling my journey E1QB, or E1QB. E1 is, of course, the trail. It's the general term for the trail. It's really a collection of trails that link northern Norway down to Sicilia. But Quanto Basta, QB, is Italian cooking term that's like as much as needed, sufficient. What's sufficient? As much as you want, as much as is. It's like you can translate it in so many different ways. But I remember the first person telling me about it when I was in my early 20s in Campania, and it always stuck in my head. I loved the idea of that, instead of saying, in some recipes in other parts of the world, like say America, you might hear a pinch of that or a dash of that or something, but it's like Quanto Basta gives you more power. It's like you have to make the decision, often it's just salt and pepper, but it can also be, other herbs, a variety of things. I'm trying to think of the recipe I recently saw. I'm always looking at recipes in Italian, and there were like at least 5 items that were QB. Like that's my kind of, but it's also my philosophy of cooking. I hardly ever follow recipes anymore. I don't have a wide range of things that I make extremely well, but there are certain things I do and that I can build off of, and I feel confident and competent enough. I was cooking for up to 10 people this summer, and a little proud of myself. But yeah, this idea of Quanto Basta, it's not just, it's giving you the initiative. It's respecting you as a person to know what's needed, not more, not less. That find that sweet spot, that right amount, and it's indefinable, and it's like each of us finds our own Quanto Basta, right? I think it's a fascinating philosophy of life. I would have chosen different words if I could do this again, but I'm not going to roll back the cut. But I just love that concept, and how it the idea just came to me one morning. I was having coffee at this place I was staying at, and it just flashed through my brain, because I think I was cooking that day one of my pastas. I made a really fun risotto recently, so it wouldn't have been that day, but anyway, it's just this, the sound of the words are so important, and we've lost a lot of that in this culture where we just read for meaning, one-to-one meaning, and well, I understand that word, move on, and you can do it or speed reading, whatever. It's just like we've lost the honey of words. I'm going to mention him every day. Robert Bly mentioned that, eating the honey of words, and choosing the right word, saying it with not necessarily precisely correct pronunciation, but from conviction and from learning and from knowledge, can change your entire day, can change the whole scope of your project. And I can think of times in my career, I used to have a career where I had an office and a desk, and I went to meetings, and um, people said I did a good job and all that stuff. And, you know, I could see that in my relationships with either donors I worked with or other vendors and in other situations. And it was like, if you say the right word that has the right energy in it, it changes everything. It refigures the equation. You could have used a more dull word, but we're guided by spirit. We're all energetic beings, and we all grow up with the magic of language and loving it, and then somehow it gets beaten out of us. Um, that's one of the themes of this. But Quanto Basta, yes, it's like, in your heart what that means, even if you don't know what that means, even if you've never studied Italian or don't cook or don't know Italian restaurant. It's there's something that hits you right away, and it's like you may not be able to translate it. You may need someone to tell you it. You may need to look it up, but it's something that we can all relate to. And I keep finding new ways along the trail. It's just like, mundane things like, how much are you going to pack? How many kilograms are you going to carry on you? And in what forms? Like, Quanto Basta. And but it can be a philosophy into pretty much any area of your life. And then when I'm in the kitchen, in the last, just a few weeks ago, I was making something. I'd kind of made something similar, but I found other ingredients that I thought would go well. And that phrase just kept running through my head, like, how much oat milk should I put into this pasta? I was living in a vegan environment. It was just like, you learn to trust yourself. You learn to measure by sense and touch and feeling, and you move beyond having to know the correct exact answer, or looking it up, or giving your power away to some book or expert or someone else you think knows more than you. And you shift. You're going to make mistakes, of course, but once you walk out in that direction, quanto basta. Thank you.